Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going to do a quick kind of first time unboxing, tabletop talk, and maybe a quick review of this Dalbinowl TYTO-CR red dot. This is an RMR footprint dot. It has a multi-reticle with a 2.5 MOA dot and a 40 MOA circle, and you can change those reticles. It has a lot of cool features for the price point that this falls under. So let's kind of open it up and look at it, guys. So it's got this nice packaging, 7075 aluminum. It's IPX7 waterproof, 1500G shockproof, and three-year warranty, which is great for somebody, especially if you're wanting a second pistol or something like that. This would be a great choice on a budget for sure. And I'll leave you links below to kind of show you where you can get this if you were to put it on some kind of firearm or whatever you do, or airsoft gun, whatever. Alright guys, so let's unbox it. Here is the optic itself. It comes with this nice rubber cover that actually comes over this thing very well. It kind of snaps on, so it's not going to just fall off and you're just going to lose your cover if you actually do use this cover. I don't really cover my optics very often, so it's not really something I deal with or worry with. But yeah, it comes with this really nice rubber cover that actually snaps on to the front of the sight, so it's a little tough to get off. Would not want to put that on there if you was actually using this for a nightstand gun or home defense gun. You know, you'd want this optic a little more available. But yeah, for storage, that's a good option. It has this nice, real nice kind of logo on top. I actually like that. A lot of logos I do not like, but I do like that one. It has these nice large buttons, and it's a little bit different setup than the majority of the dots that I've seen in the way that they made it. These are both tactile and audible. Very nice there. Thick shrouds, so you get a very durable setup here. It also has a pretty large glass, as you can see, almost as big as the 507 comp Holosun, or the maybe slightly bigger than an SRO, but kind of in the SRO range of optics. It has their name, and I like how they grade it out instead of making it really bright. I don't like, billboarding to be too aggressive. Just the right color there, so I don't have to worry about that. It has the trays, like a lot of the newer optics do, that you can change this without, taking your optic off, which is very nice. You get the tool to adjust that as well. So very nice. Let's go over the rest of the box here real quick. You get this Picatinny mount for a rifle or any kind of gun with a rail. If it's a pistol with a rail or a rifle with a rail, you can mount this without extra cost. You get a battery, and you get all the screws for the dot to be able to mount it. You get your tool, which is kind of like a Holosun or a Swamp Fox type tool. Kind of looks like those to me. I will show you quickly that these click adjustments or these windage and elevation adjustments are audible and tactile. I can feel that and I can hear it. Let me put it up to the camera so you can hear it. All right, I'm going to move it back so I don't mess up where it's at. All right, you heard that. It's both audible and tactile in feel for the windage and elevation adjustments, which is really nice as well. And also I like the fact that it has, well, there's two things. I like the fact that the deck height is really low, so you do not raise your point of over the bore for when you're looking for your sights. Your sight's not going to be so far over the bore that you have to worry about that, because when you're shooting at close range and distance, the higher off the bore the sight is, the more hard it can be to know where the bullet's going to hit. So these low deck heights are really nice, but it also comes with backup sights. So if you are not running a rear sight, that's a really nice option to have. And it's not one that you get in too many of these RMR cut dots. So for this price, you're getting a lot of features, a lot of neat things about it. And we'll go into the specs a little bit more. Alright guys, let's read over some of these specs and kind of show you whatever kind of sticks out to me. It comes with this nice manual that's kind of waterproof as well. We'll try to quickly go through this. So you can see your reticles right here, kind of the different options, and you can change that. It shows you your instructions for how to run the controls as well. A lot of cool talks about your warranty and maintenance and zeroing of the dot itself. We're going to go over the specs real quick, and I'm going to hold it up here so that you can actually pause it if you want to. But it's an open reflex sight with 7075 aircraft grade aluminum, RMR footprint with a Picatinny rail extra, a fully multi-coated lens. The lens size, which is the glass itself, is 0.97 of an inch by 0.85 of an inch. So right there at your SRO sized kind of dots, because that's kind of the king of competition for, you know, as far as people knowing about it. So I'm going to tell you kind of what it's like. 1x magnification, which means that it's not magnified at all, but you can actually, you know, makes it a lot easier when you're shooting pistols to actually have two eyes open and shoot this dot, which is exactly what you want. You've got 45 MOA plus or minus windage and elevation adjustment, so it'll be 90 MOA total. You get 10 levels of brightness settings, 8 daytime, 2 nighttime. You get unlimited eye relief, IPX7 waterproof, 1500G shockproof. Battery type is CR1632 3-volt battery. Battery life, like most of your optics nowadays, and exactly what you want, is 50,000 hours for a changeable battery optic like this. That's what you would want. The dimensions on this thing is 1.83 inches by 1.18 inches by 1.24 inches. The weight of this is 1.62 ounces, and the weight with the Picatinny mount is 2.68 ounces. All right, guys. Hope that gives you a better look at this. We'll look at the reticles really quick in a video and show you those as well. All right, guys, we're just going to go through here and show you some of the reticles and the brightness settings for this Dalbinowl optic. Here is your multi-reticle setup. Now we're going to go to the highest setting and then go down from there. So let's see what we can do on camera here. Try to get a feel for where this thing is. Let's go all the way up to the brightest, and you can see how crazy bright that gets. So that's 10. Let's go down one at a time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And your 2 and 1 are night settings. So that's why you're getting it so dark you can't see it in this lighting, because that is for night vision shooting. So it looks really good at about 3 or 4 part mark for this camera. Let's see if I can get it back down there. There we go. I have my finger too high. Alright, so let's leave it here for a second. Now we're going to go through the reticles real quick and see what we can do. Maybe I'll hit the right button. Alright, so there's your dot only reticle. Here's your circle only reticle. And then back to your circle dot reticle. Most of your other functions are like the other dots that you see on the market, very similar, so nothing to really need to go over. I just wanted to show you the clarity of the glass and the clarity of the reticles themselves. Really nice dot. Alright guys, I'm not going to demonstrate this for you today, but I will go over the fact that this dot does have a 240-second auto shut-off feature. So if you set the gun down for 240 seconds, the dot will go off automatically, saving your battery, and that's what gives you that long battery life. So when as soon as you grab the dot, it will work and pick up, and the reticle will turn back on for you again. So I just want to kind of go over that. We're not going to cover that in this video. We've done on many other dots before. If you want to see some of those videos, see how that feature works, go and check out those dots. But yeah, this does work the same way. Really nice feature to have auto shut off, to where you don't have to worry about your battery just draining as you're not using the dot or as it's stored. Try it at 20 yards. Okay, let's try it at 30 yards. That's 4 in a row at 30 yards. Let's try it at 105 yards. It's 1, 2, 3. Let's go back to 20 yards. Right, guys, that's the Dalbinowl. Tried at 20 yards. Okay, let's try at 30 yards. That's 4 in a row at 30 yards. Let's try it at 105 yards. One, two, three. Go back to 20 yards. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We want to finish up our review of the Dalbinowl TYTO-CR red dot. We really enjoyed shooting this at the range. We just got a few rounds through it. What we did is we did a quick zero, just established like a really quick zero. It wasn't perfect. We shot quite a few rounds through it, playing around with it, seeing how it held zero. I always feel like you should run some rounds through a gun after you zero it and then reconfirm zero, because sometimes these new dots, especially when they're brand new, they tend to kind of, as they break in and settle in, and as the screws and everything and the dot forms to the gun, you know, it can change zero a little bit. So I probably will reconfirm zero again later, on a later date, once these Loctite actually dries up on the and kind of cures on the dot itself. I will probably go back out and do reconfirm zero. Make sure the gun's safe even though I done checked it. Yeah guys, I really do like the Dalbinowl dot pretty well. I did notice that when I shot at long range I was hitting some, and other times I was missing a little bit, but I think it was because I did zero it maybe a little bit too low. That's okay. The dot was hitting very consistently at closer ranges, but at 105 yards I was missing about every other shot because I think it was shooting a little bit low and maybe a little to the right. But no problem with that. I don't mind that. That's nothing to do with the dot. It's just with me zeroing the dot. So I hate to say this again, but it's hard to say what I would change about this. I mean, for the price, because the deck's so low, because of the way it works and everything and how clear the glass is, I mean, 4.5, 5 stars for this guy right here. I can't think of any major cons as of yet, but this is kind of a first impressions review and kind of giving you kind of a specifications of this dot. We'll give you a more breakdown as we shoot this gun, because the Prodigy is one of my favorite guns, and so this will definitely get shot some more and we'll give you a better opinion in the future. Okay guys, when we update you on this gun, we'll update you on the dot as well and tell you how it's holding up and how it's holding zero. Right now it's too early to say long term, but I do like the way I like the look of the dot. I like the specifications, kind of the dimensions of the dot, and kind of the durability and size of the glass and the reticle. I like all those things. So yeah guys, let's just give it, you know, say a 4.5 out of 5. And then if it does good over the next year or two, we will maybe up it to a 5. But yet we have not seen the durability and the long term, how this holds up. So that's when we'll give it kind of its final grade. God bless. Have a great day. Please like and subscribe. Please leave comments if you have any questions. And I will talk to you guys later.